and gentlemen, welcome back to FTL. We're doing part 2 of FTL. It is Tim and Jesse bringing you
I'm
again
Tim.
I'm Jesse.
the masterful awesomeness that is one of the coolest Kickstarter projects, FTL.
Yeah, this actually was
Alright,
on
guys.
Kickstarter. I remember that.
Yeah. All right, guys. So this is continuing the same journey you had from last week, and you just lost 2 crew members.
I know. I misclicked. I was like, "Come on, no, damn it, no!"
And you almost lost the 3rd one. Good job.
Yeah, I
Good
know.
job.
That was terrible. I misclicked. That's all I have to say about that.
Oh, well, I offered to patch up your hole. That's nice.
Yeah, that's nice. So, oh yeah, and then I just go, you know what? Just hire 2 more people.
You got another NG and then one of the Volton guys.
Volton, yeah. I still need to patch that one up right there.
The hole, yeah.
Yeah, that whole. Oh,
I think this is the most on topic that we've ever been in a gameplay video.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. I don't even think they're game reviews. They're just games, discussions. I don't
The thing
know.
is-
Are they supposed to be game reviews?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
We
I
sort of
don't know where that came from.
when you discuss a game, you do review it in essence, in my opinion.
In
That's
some
We
the
should
thing.
start giving games ratings, but on really crappy arbitrary scales.
way.
how
I
many
rate
tacos
this
would
color
you give
red.
this game? Yeah.
This gets 4 NG corpses out of 5. Kill your NGs today. So, when you look at a lot of other roguelike games, typically they're medieval settings, or they're sort of you go through a dungeon and you find just treasure or whatever, and then you die and you go back to the beginning. But this is sort of a new take on the idea that was roguelike style games, and to me it pulls it off pretty well. What do you guys think?
I don't know if I would say that this is any more different than a dungeon game. For me, you're still going in a linear path, trying to survive as long as you can, which is all I think roguelikes are trying to do. It's about survival, and if you die, you don't really get a stop. You just go, oh, you're dead now? Well, yeah, it sucks to be you. You gotta start from the beginning again, which is the entire
I agree,
point.
giant alien spiders are no joke.
Yeah,
No,
giant...
that event will fuck you up.
Yeah, it just fucked me over right there. Look at that shit. It killed one of my crew members, and after I just hired him, it's like,
And
ah.
I've seen people do that with 2 crew members. Totally fine. I've gone with 8 crew members. I lost a dude. I'm like,
I was just about to ask, is there a maximum amount of crew members that you can
8. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think, or 7. Oh, and we just saw we're just getting a crew specific event.
Encounter.
And those are really cool. I was talking about them last time, and just how much I feel like games could definitely stand to have this. I mean, in general, if you have a party sort of system or a crew sort of system, I wish they did that more often. Like, if you take a certain, I'm gonna talk about Mass Effect for a second here. If you take a person on a mission in Mass Effect, and they have a certain relation to something that you're dealing with, you should be able to, sway the conversation in a certain way. And I like that you can do this in FTL, that, different events have this openness to your influence.
Oh, it was Zoltan, by the way, not Voltan.
Zoltan.
Zoltan. Yeah. But I completely actually agree with that. That is entirely important, and I honestly think more games should be doing that. Instead of just, having all the options just handed to you, bring something specific, maybe an item. There's a specific item that somebody recognizes, and just out of coincidence that you happen to have it, it does something special for you.
I remember actually Mass Effect 1 did this pretty well. You could go to a certain planet where you would get Rex's family armor, and it was possible to get that and just give it to him straight away without that sort of stuff. So it's something that certainly isn't uncommon, but it isn't rare either.
Guys, seriously, how fucking cool is space?
Yeah, I know, right?
Space is fucking amazing.
Everything should be in space.
Exactly.
I mean, technically everything is in space. More things should be based outside of a type of Earth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think Mass Effect would almost be better if they didn't land on any planets. If they're just in
I don't know
space.
about that one.
No, you kind of have to.
I
it
definitely
really helps.
say no to that one.
I would say
Half
they could pull
of
it
the
off.
like immersion and the atmosphere in that game was discovering alien. Well, not necessarily discovering, but like landing on for you for the first time like alien planets and just seeing like the massiveness of them. in front
Yes,
of you.
but my thing though is I'm excluding Mass Effect 3 because that's when everything went to shit. That like plot wise for me. But
Okay, can I take that back? I have said in the past on this channel that I hated Mass Effect 3, I believe.
No, you didn't. You said it was a
Did I
pretty.
not?
You said it was good until the last 5 minutes.
Okay, well, I recently downloaded the alternate ending. I actually have Mass Effect 3 open in a separate window right now. I promise I'm not playing it between talking.
Sure.
Wink, wink,
okay.
But I'm having a lot of fun with it. Like, I forgot how much fun it was.
Well,
I'm hoping that the ending is much better. Also, I have a serious fascination with undersea creatures, like giant ones, and I bought the Leviathan DLC,
Oh,
and I'm
man.
really looking forward to that.
You must be creaming. You're gonna cream your pants, dude.
I'm creaming my pants just thinking about it.
Okay, so I think that
Wait, hold on. I'm going back to Mass Effect here before we continue right quick.
Alright, go ahead.
I do think, except for Mass Effect 3, you could pull off not landing on any planets in Mass Effect 1 or 2, only because of two reasons. First being, Commander Shepard is constantly going around fighting a war. Wars usually don't happen on the planets that you're on. It's usually in space, because you're trying to gain control of the area around the planet. So I think they could pull it off.
Not with the Reapers, though, because they
No.
didn't even know where the Reapers were until they landed on planets.
Yeah, I know. For the most part, they could have just sent some scouting team and told them, oh, we have intelligence that the Reapers are in this area, or something like that. I'm not sure. But they could have pulled it off, and I think they still would have been a pretty good game.
you
I don't
couldn't
know.
you couldn't
I
do
don't
Mass
think that it
Effect-
would've
you
been
couldn't
as
do
good.
Mass Effect 1 without landing. You had to say in saving Liara, you had to land.
And how would we have played with that dune buggy on those random mountainous planets?
There wouldn't
I
be
love
a
that
Dune
thing.
buggy.
I am incredibly upset that that is no longer a part of the trilogy.
Yeah.
I'm so sad as well.
I am too. Only because it like added that extra sense of depth to it. Like you weren't just told like, oh hey, here's a planet and you just have to scout for random signs of radio frequencies and stuff. No, it added that extra sense of exploration. Like, ooh, there's something over there, and you just go over there. It takes you 5 seconds, sure, but it might be entirely pointless, but it added the extra sense of something.
Okay.
But
Crap, I can't remember the point I was gonna make. Fuck.
That's fine. I want to talk about permadeath in video games.
Okay, go ahead.
And where it can and can't be used.
Okay.
Okay.
It
Or
has,
where it should and shouldn't be used, I should say.
if it's a short game, in terms of like building something, if it's a short game like this, fine, totally fine. If it's like if it's like a 50-hour game, and it's
Well.
permadeath mechanic, that's fucking bullshit. Unless they make a mode for it, like Dead Space 3 has a permadeath mode in it.
Does it really?
Yeah, there's an option to have
Holy
have a
shit.
permanent death, and that's
You know it should have a permadeath mode?
what.
I can't remember what it's called. But it should have one.
Good man, good man.
You're very
The one with the dead knights.
You mean Dark
and-
Souls?
Yes. It should be all permadeath.
I think that sort of is counterintuitive to how the game was sort of designed, in a way, since you're supposed to die and figure out how to finish a fight. At least from
Or you could just die and restart the game, and eventually you'd restart the game so many times that it would have the same effect.
and by that time you've broken 67 controllers.
Yes, exactly, which gives the game companies more money because you need more controllers. I should just be a CEO of every
That wouldn't
marketing
make the
company
companies money.
in the
That
world.
would make the people who manufacture the controllers money. The companies wouldn't make any money from it unless they made
But the
made
people who
control-
manufacture the controllers don't also sell the controllers.
Okay.
I think that this idea, combined with my idea of day one DLC that isn't released for 3 months, I should just be a CEO.
Yes, you have.
Where do I apply for that position of CEO? of gaming?
You stick it up. You stick a thumb in your ass and call yourself the CEO. All right, so we should
Well,
probably
that
get
was
to. We should
hurtful.
probably explain one of the most important parts of the game is the upgrading of your ship. Now, if you went through the game never upgrading your ship, you'd be some pansy ass motherfucker who would die every other second.
Yeah.
So when you hit that little ship tab in the center of your screen, that pulls out that huge menu that, admittingly, can get kind of complicated for some people to understand. And what you do is you spend the scrap which you also see in the center on upgrading all the different systems. You upgrade weapons. That gives you another slot to that gives you another level of power, so you can power more powerful weapons or power more weapons. There's more powerful med bays. There's faster oxygen refill. There's dodge and fast and light recharging
Essentially,
on
everything,
engines.
every system you have here can be upgraded to a minimum of 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
So
And every ship starts out differently. Like whereas the Kestrel starts out, the base Kestrel starts out with 3 power bars. The variant of the Kestrel starts with 4 weapon bars because it has 4 individual lasers.
yeah,
And I also think that's something really smart that was done in this game, is that there's 2 versions of every ship. Like, I have both versions of the NG ship, both versions of the Kestrel, both versions of the Federation cruiser, and that just proved my willingness to want to continue playing to find these more ships.
yeah. There's at least 9, and then every ship has 3 achievements, and they're all completely different for each ship. But they each one have 3 objectives for you to complete in order to unlock the second part of the ship. For the Kestrel, just an example, to unlock the second one, you need to complete 2 of them. And one of them is you have to have 5 different species on your ship. Another is fully repair after 1 little bar of health. And another one, I think, is get all weapon or get all subsystems.
Yeah.
Yeah. So get every system that exists, and that requires a lot of scrap.
I actually got the repair from 1 scrap just completely randomly. I finished a fight and I was like, ooh, let's go. Oh, sweet, a shot, sweet, a shot. Boop. And I repaired and I was like, oh, well, that's convenient.
you're gonna see here later on. I don't know at one point. No, it's getting close to the end. I think it is. But there's a part where I actually have 2 bars of health, and I go through an entire system before I actually get to a store and repair.
Oh,
Way
man.
to spoil the video.
I am spoiling the video because we're talking, you know?
I was really excited to watch this.
Oh,
man.
Well, here you are, watching it.
Okay, so how your ship's set up, you have a dude on weapons, which gives weapons a faster recharge. You have a dude navigating, which you have to have.
Yeah, you
which
have
gives
to have
dodge.
that.
You have a dude on engines, which gives you a better dodge. Typically,
Yeah.
I have a dude on shields instead of on engines, so
I
I get a faster shield recharge.
My
Wait,
buddy-
before you guys continue, I have one question.
Yeah?
Go ahead.
If you trap someone in like one of the edge rooms that has outside doors, and then open one of those doors, will they be like sucked out into
No.
space?
No, they'll just
I wish they
suffocate.
did.
I no longer want to play this game.
Oh. Well, see, the thing is, you can't actually trap anyone, so unless they teleport in there themselves, you can't actually get them in there.
What do you mean you can't trap anyone?
You
You
can't.
you can lock them in there for a good amount of time if you get grade 3 doors, which take
Yeah.
a while for people to beat through.
What are they, like Sims? Do they rebel against what you ask them to do?
No.
No.
Oh, wait, you mean your own crew members? I thought you meant enemies.
No, I meant crew members.
Oh, okay, someone's psychopathic.
Jesus
then.
Christ, you sold a bunch of drone parts. Okay,
Yeah, I
that's
got
good.
to scrap because I realized I wasn't ever using them at this point.
Okay, so anyway, crew members, can we lock them in a room and kill them?
Technically, yes. You can,
But
you
they
can't-
won't be sucked into space.
No.
No,
Like an alien?
no.
No.
Fuck this game.
Oh, come on.
Okay, I can't be the only one. Viewers, please someone agree with me. This game looks incredibly repetitive and boring.
It's not, though.
The thing is, it
when you're
isn't.
when you're watching it, it is. You're watching it's the same thing, but every single time there's something different playing. So I don't
Okay,
know.
No, but you say that, but I feel like there are only really like 4 or 5 different things that can happen, and I've already seen all of them.
No.
I have probably beaten the game. I want to say I've beaten the game 4 times out of maybe 80 playthroughs, and I've never had the same playthrough, ever. in any way, shape, or form. I've never gotten the same weapons. I try to shoot for the same weapons because I like them, but I never managed to get them. Same thing with, different crew members. I never find the same crew. I can start out the same crew. I typically name my ships the same, and I name my crew members the same, but it's very difficult to have the exact same playthrough. You're not gonna have this. You're not gonna have Jesse's playthrough.
Yeah, just flat out. You're not gonna play this version that I'm playing right now.
What if I want to?
Well, you'd have to play for hours
Is there
and
like a
hours and
seed
hours.
system like in
No.
Minecraft? Can
No.
I type in your save?
No.
Nope. That's the thing about the permadeath is that why would it's all about.
Maybe I just want the same scenario. I
It's-
don't want it where he left off.
The thing is that because of how it generates randomly, this isn't like XCOM where everything is already sort of pseudo predetermined. This is
Or any other video game.
this is more about giving you the different experience every time. And some people don't want a different experience every time. Some people want to have the exact same experience, and that's totally fine. Like I there are some first-person shooters I love to play because it's the same story that I know and I love. I love playing Halo Combat Evolved because I know the story and I love it. But this game I love just as much because where it's the same simple story, the actual going through of it is just long and it's simple, but it's a very engrossing experience for sure.
Now, I mean, you will run into some of the same encounters. Like,
Yeah.
you will run into some of the same, like, special events that happen and things like that, but that's
Alien fucking spiders.
just fucking spiders. They kill you all the damn time. But
But the outcome is not going to work the same way. You're not always going to get your crew member eaten when you have 8 crew members, nor if you have 2 are you going to defeat the alien spiders and get a weapon. It's always going to be different, more or
The
less.
alien spiders have weapons.
You can sometimes because of how the event works. Typically you say you're stopping the alien spiders from eating like a colony, and typically they'll give you a reward. It's possible to get a weapon from that.
Oh.
yeah.
You see, I because of how much I played this game, I know so many different little events really well. God, you're getting so much fucking scrap. I have not played on easy in so long.
I know, right? Like, I feel like I'm playing on normal right now, to be honest, though.
Because that's the thing is that even because being on easy, it's really more you just get more stuff. in
Yeah,
the end.
essentially, but it doesn't really help you. I mean, I'm getting my ass kicked right now. I don't
Well,
have...
you also only have 2 bars in shield.
Yeah, but
Like a
you see,
fucking
here's the
idiot.
thing. See, no. I have a reason for this. My buddy brought this up. Whenever you have high evade, if you have a 50% chance of missing all shots, you're also going to be dodging missiles too. Shields
Mhm.
don't block missiles. So
Mhm.
I have a 50% chance of completely missing a missile because I have high evade. Or I could have 4 shields, block all the lasers, and the missiles just keep pounding me.
Or you can have a high evade and a high shield in
And have no weapons? I can't
Porque
even
no
defeat
las
the...
dos.
What?
Why are those rooms red?
Red rooms are indications that there is no oxygen. The darker red it is,
Why
the
are
less
you
oxygen.
putting all of your people in these rooms?
Because that's only light oxygen lack.
When the room has an orange border, then that means there's no oxygen in it at all.
They recently added that in a patch, didn't they?
I'm not entirely sure. I got this
I
game
think they
later.
I think they did, and they actually also added in something very interesting, which was you could see where the system you're jumping to, where that system jumps to, which
Yeah,
arguably makes the game easier.
it does, but I don't have that engaged simply because. Well, I don't know. See, if you're gonna be planning a kind of trip like this, you're not gonna be going. Okay, well, I'll just go to this star system and figure it out from there. You're usually gonna have your entire trip planned out.
Typically, yeah.
So I mean,
'cause
it's more realistic.
you want to go around a nebula and not go through this thing or this thing.
Yeah, you don't want to jump there and they'd be like, "Oh crap, I don't have the distance to reach it," and yeah.
God, that's annoying.
Yeah, I
Such
know,
a rebel
right?
face nearby. Fuck.
Oh, by the way, I get
Okay,
screwed
guys,
over
we have to
here.
start wrapping this up.
Oh, again?
Yeah.
So early.
We're totally not pushing an episode 3 of this.
Why not?
Mhm.
Episode...
Are we really going to make these people?
Yes.
We can ask them. They're not going to be able to respond yet. If they want an episode 3.
I say let's just do it anyway.
You know what? Let's just make a really long episode too.
I'm okay
Sounds
with
fine
this.
to me.
Only because like there's certain parts in the latter part of the game that you're gonna see that are special for the end.
Mhm.
I just said it because I didn't feel like editing
Oh.
another episode.
Good
Well.
man. Good man.
Okay then.
Yeah.
All right.
You're certainly engaged in one hell of a fight. You have those 2 defense drones which can shoot down missiles. You have the
Yeah.
ion cannon, and you have that glaive beam. That
Yep,
thing
there
is
it
a
goes.
Fucking
Yeah.
monster.
It just destroyed. It ripped right through one of my shields
Yeah, that's
Oh.
Why are all of your rooms dark now?
because
you see that little room that has the little what looks like a camera that's red. That
Yes.
is the sensor. If that sensor is offline, you can only see in rooms that you have a character in. And the sensor is one of the craziest subsystems. They're called subsystems because they don't take any reactor power. They just do their job. What that allows you to do is see enemy crew members, and I think your sensors actually upgrade to that level, right?
yeah, I
Wesley?
can see enemy crews there. It's not level 3. I can't see where energy is being brought to, but it has
You're
the
fucked up, dude.
Yeah, I'm getting fucked up. I realized that, and I'm just like, fuck this. I'm leaving. I'm not dealing with this anymore. I just
And
jumped.
that's sort of the cool of this game is that you can just go, all right, I'm out, peace.
Yeah.
Assuming your drive's online, and that's probably a good reason to have the engines up. Is
Yeah.
really high. Is you can just charge up and zip out.
Yeah, exactly. Only because like I need a. I mean, that was kind of surprising. I mean, I originally went in there. I saw they had 3 individual shields. My burst laser 2 fires 2 shots. My burst laser 1 fires 1 shot. Then I have my missile, but it only had 1 shot left. If I didn't penetrate through the shields with that 1 shot and destroy 1 layer of shields, I would never have been able to damage that hull. But the thing is that they had those defense drones up that would shoot down my missiles, so they were
Well,
incredibly
you
well
just had to
protected.
focus both of the you just had to focus both of the burst lasers on the shield.
No, because I have 3 shots in total, and they had 3 shields.
You have you have 2 burst lasers. That's 5 shots.
No, burst laser 2 fires. Wait, does it? Oh,
Burst
it is.
laser-
Maybe I'm just being stupid. Yeah.
You are
Okay.
just being stupid, you
Alright.
idiot.
Oh well then.
Goddamn numbskull.
Uh-huh.
And that's the crazy thing is that we can discuss this intimate strategy of exactly how to take on a fight, but it doesn't matter. If you die, you just start over and go through the game again. And I think that's I always try to give a takeaway for every single video, and this seems to be the takeaway for this video is that this game is very much so determines its how its outcome on randomness, and yet your ability to affect that randomness by how good you are at dealing with situations.
Yeah. Like, I like look at this shit. I have 3 hull bars left, and I just got in 2 special encounters in a row right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to get out of there because I don't have the ability to fight off anyone I come across. Because at
You
this
have you have 148 scrap. Why don't you build another shield level? He's got another 77 scrap.
Holy shit, you're dying.
Yeah, exactly. I want to repair my hull. I'm going to use that scrap for later because I know I need it for something else. I'm probably going to put it into something else. I'm not sure, but I know that I'm running right now, and I have to hope to gosh the randomness thing isn't going to put me in a situation where I need to fight. Like, see, look at this. I almost had to get into a fight in this situation. It's just like, okay, and then there's the store. I had to go
And
through-
that is what's amazing about this game is that you can be on the edge of your seat going fuck,
Exactly.
and you get there and you're just like, oh, well, that's much better.
Yeah.
Or you can be I'm on the top of the world, and then you hit a brick wall of an enemy ship, and you're just like, well, I'm screwed.
Yeah, exactly. So for the most part, yeah, I actually ran into that problem. Right now, I think the only reason I'm getting through any of these ships is because I think it's on easy, and I think the easy mode actually does affect some of the ships. Because I don't know, it might. I'm not sure about that.
I think it does, yeah. Well, you just picked up the hull smasher
Or
laser,
hull
and
laser,
you just,
yeah.
and you just got an automated reloader, and now
Yeah.
you are kitted out to put a serious pounding on people.
Yeah, now I have the ability to, and I ran into. And see, look at this. Look at what I'm gonna have to go against right now. 5 crew members, a ship with 3 shields.
That's a breach laser, a heavy laser, a burst laser, and
I think
another
it's,
burst laser.
yeah.
Burst laser 3, a burst laser 1, a heavy laser.
No, it's a heavy laser. It's a breach missile. Then ooh, that might be a 3.
It's
I'm
a
not
3.
sure.
It shot 5 shots. That's a 3.
Okay, yeah. See, I'm just getting well. See, the fire's also affecting them too, but I'm getting screwed over here right now because I have to.
You just open it up. You just open up a door and empty the oxygen.
Yeah.
With a crew member in there.
Because if I throw him in medbay, he's not gonna die. So I was just like, throw him in medbay, open everything up. It gets rid of all that fire in my main stuff, so I don't have to worry about it. Except there's that one little fire down there, but that fire in the communication center is gonna screw me over.
That drone control hub.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
I never used drones, so you know.
I usually didn't either. I did this time because I thought I would, but I didn't. It's just like, yeah, this is another one of those situations where I just need to get out of there. So
I just wanted to bug out.
The only problem I have with this game is if you ever run into a situation like that, you're not going to be ready to win. You won't be able to take down that flagship. So I usually avoid doing that only because I know later on this is going to affect me.
And that's certainly something to be said about this game, is that it's very possible to just be encountered with a situation that you can't get through, and that's sort of up to you as the player to. This is definitely a game where if you get better at it, you notice that you will find out just how good you are at the game very quickly, and if you can play it and be successful at it.
Yeah, to say the least.
And you know that's something to, you know, in my opinion, be praised. There are very few games that, in my opinion at least, really promote, you know, player skill as, you know, if you get good at it, you know, you get good at it. Like,
yeah, I know.
I'm scolding you for, you know, decisions that you made that are entirely of your own, and I, you know, probably shouldn't be scolding you for them, but, you know, in my opinion, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, but I mean, for the most part, that's the variance, and that's the entire point of being skilled is, you know, we're going to do things our different ways, but how we do them is going to be entirely different. And for the most part, that's how we have different levels of skill. In Battlefield, you're only going to have like a couple levels. You're either going to have your quick reflexes and you're going to know what you're doing for the most part with your guns, but it doesn't help you at all if everyone else has that option too. Everyone's going to be the same skill level at that point. So you just have, in a game like this, it's actually much easier than any other game to determine your skill level, because now you're looking at a situation that you can't possibly predict.
That's probably the most important part. Now you just got out of a very sticky situation where you know, half your ship was on fire. You know, there's, you know, you had lots of down systems, and luckily before that happened, you sort of shut down a lot of that drones, you know, major systems.
Yeah, that was all timing.
Oh yeah,
that was all timing.
That's just sort of the beauty of this game, in that, you know, it could either go completely in your favor or it could go completely against you. And,
yeah,
you know,
he could have easily wiped the floor with me if he had that system up like 3 seconds earlier. It would have been just disastrous. But
you know, that in its own way, you know, it basically makes it, you know, sort of puts a level of a competitive game versus someone you've never played before in your life. You have no idea how they're gonna play. You know what the play style is, and then when you do fight against them, you find out, you know, just how good they actually are. Now, one of the other cool little things I liked about this game, and we saw it a couple about a minute ago, was that your captain had a yellow bar in navigation.
Yes.
And that's a bonus stat that's leveling. And, you know, that is something that, you know, games have, but on this sort of level where it's all these little, it's sort of like, if you look at it like a tree, well, not an age tree, but like, you know, like sort of business tree where you have the person on the top, that's you, and then you have all your little cronies, and you have all your little subsystems. It's very cool to see how these all mesh and integrate, and, you know, because your captain got better at piloting, it sort of, has integrated in its own sort of way.
Yeah, like my evade skill is now up like an extra 3% because she is like she is 2 levels up in her pilot. Sadly, 2 is the highest it goes though. I really wish they would have taken that more because I end up finding by this point I have like at least 1 or 2 guys that are level 2, and they could have easily been leveled the entire way because my captain is actually, I think my captain's the only original person that's left with the ship now. Like, that is the only original crew member I have. I think I bought everyone else or hired them or something like that. Here, let me check.
You found them, yeah.
Yeah.
And, but I think as a nature of this game, it wouldn't work if there was more levels than that.
I don't know.
In my opinion.
I think it's, I don't know. I don't personally think that skill can be capped at a certain point. I think, for the most part, that if you're capping...
He's also another crew member.
Yep, I did, because I was freaking out. I was sitting there for too long going, oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh, and then eventually I just and I lost it. But, yeah, anyway, skill... I don't think skill could be capped for the most part. I think I would have loved it if this character could go to, like, level 5, and it would give, like, an extra 10% to evade. That would be nice. Because for the most part, in TV shows and other video games, you're not going to cap your skill level. You're just going to get better at it. And I mean, especially with something as detailed as piloting a ship, that's definitely going to have a lot more to do with how you work your ship. So I think you could argue that it could be level 5 skill level, maybe even level 10. Not that you'd ever get there, but there's that one chance that you might.
And certainly there are some cases where that would be nice, and your crews got hit directly by a missile.
I know, that sucks.
Nice. Because like the next version of the ship has those 4 little individual lasers, and every single hit counts as an experience point, so it's possible to level up a crew member on weapons very quickly.
Yeah. And the crew guy, actually the weapon guy actually levels a lot faster than my pilot does. The only reason he's not is because my pilot is the original crew for the ship. So...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting my ass stomped right now. I'm down to 1 crew member who's a mantis and can't repair at all.
Worth shit.
Yeah, I know. He can't repair anything. That's just one of the... Oh, by the way, we forgot to talk about character traits. Each different species brings their own level of traits to the ship. The mantis guys which is that green guy in the engines room, he's very good at boarding ships and fighting off invading party members.
He's also faster. But he can't repair as fast. He repairs at 50%. So that's a small problem that you're going to have to accompany with maybe an Engi. An Engi is technically like a rock robot, as far as I know. It's kind of weird how they work, but for the most part, they have like halved attack. They have like normal movement speed, and they do like plus 50% repair speed. So those guys can repair a lot easier. And I actually almost had an ideal crew at this point. I had a Mantis, which is good at fighting off members. I had an Engi, which was better at repairing things. And for the most part, that was working pretty well until he got directly hit by a missile. Yeah. And then you have Rockmen, which are slower, but they have more health, and they are immune to fire, so they're ideal firefighters. You have Slug crew members, which I think their special thing is that they can see inside ships without sensors at certain levels.
They have something like that where you can see in additional rooms around them or something like that. So if your sensors go out, you still have the option to see it because they're slightly psychic or something like that.
And then humans have nothing special about them, which I just love the sarcastic wit that is.
Yeah, they're the average.
then the Voltan, they have less health, but they do provide a bar of power.
Yeah.
Which is very, very cool in the game.
Yeah, it saves you 1 bar of power, and in fact, they actually play off that in the Voltan
ships.
Yeah, there's one ship design where you have no base power, I think, or something like very minimal power, and you have like 5 or 6 Voltan, and you have to use them to power your entire ship. And those effects do stack. So if you have 2 Voltan in a room, you have 2 power bars. So it's kind of interesting how that plays out. But I don't know if necessarily, if I enjoy that playstyle, I kind of hated it myself. But fuck, man. See, this is
you're doing the dance of death.
yeah,
Like,
exactly. Like run into a room because I can't see if it has no oxygen. Run out, run in, run
You
out.
guys have like 2 minutes.
Oh,
I gotcha.
Okay.
And then finally Crystal crew members. I can't remember what they do for the life of me. Sorry.
Yeah.
So we're about to wrap it up. It's not looking good for you. To be
No,
honest.
no, it isn't. And I'm not gonna lie, I die on my next encounter. So, and because it's funny though, the way it works is I go back to a repair place, it repairs me to yellow bars, and then I go back to this place right here. I thought the ship would have been gone by now, but another ship comes in and destroys me. So,
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad
And-
about that.
You know, that's just how this game works. Now, I've beaten the boss, and the boss is quite an encounter. It
Yeah.
takes you fight it 3 times.
Yeah, you fight it
That's-
3
that's
times.
that's the boss thing. Yeah, you fight 3 times, and each time it's sort of
Different.
it's different because it has different wings, and then as you destroy more of it, it's sort of like the classic boss thing where it gets more powerful as you kill it more. So
Yeah.
it's a very 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 powerful fight to go through. And when I first beat it, I think I threw my hands up and I shouted out loud.
Yeah, because my god, it's hard. See, that's actually half the reason my buddy recommended me putting a lot into evade and engines is because when he does that missile barrage, most of those are going to miss me entirely, and I'm not going to take very many damage. But for those that upgrade all the way to shields, they're going to be sitting there going, "Oh god," as they all hit them, and it's going to be crazy. So,
But typically I also have a really high engine as well.
yeah.
All right, guys. So let's do a little wrap up.
Yeah.
Tim, what do you think?
My opinion is the same that it was.
You're not a fan?
No.
Oh.
All right, Jesse. What do you say?
I spent more hours in this game than probably any other. So, I'd say that this is probably one of my favorites, only because if it's different style of gameplay and its mechanics. So, I'd say it's definitely one of my favorites for this unique title. It's like you can't compare it to anything else because it's like calling Journey it's like saying that's a game, like, oh, Journey's like my favorite game, and it's like, that's not really a game that you can compare to anything else, and this is exactly like that for me. I can't compare this to any of the other games I play, because it's unique. I have nothing else to compare it to. But, I don't know. It's one of my favorites in terms of roguelikes. I should say that.
Yeah. In my little wrap up of this game would be, it's the first game I've ever played that made me want to yell at the top of my lungs, "Fire everything! Blow him up!" It gives you that really cool starship captain feel that very few games have really managed to ever do. I mean, maybe a Star Trek game, but not even then.
No, yeah, the Star Trek game failed.
All of them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching our discussion of Faster Than Light. It's available on all sorts of digital distribution platforms. My name is Michael. Jesse?
I am Jesse, yes.
Tim?
I'm Tim.
Thank you very much for
I'm
joining.
yawning.
Thank you much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen, on this midnight launch discussion of Faster Than Light.